Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. I'm your host, Frank Holder. This is the show where we talk about sports with comedians. Let's bring them up. Let's get ready to get this show started. My man Talent, one of New York's finest, is in the building. T was cracking. How you doing, sir?
Man, everything's fantastic over here, brother. You can see we living it up over here. We living the dream.
Yeah, we
We
definitely.
living the dream, man. You know what I mean? How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I can't complain, man. I see we got the same memo to wear blue today, so there it is. I like that
You know what
T-shirt.
it is, man. This is an honor memoriam of Giants.
Yeah, yeah. My man Mike Sean's also in the building. Mike was cracking. How you doing?
I'm also good, fellas. Everything's fine. I didn't like that little shot Talent took at my Giants, but
It's a-
I thought it was unnecessary to start the show off like that.
But I understand. And speaking of shot at the Giants, my man Mo's in the building. Mo, what's happening? How you doing, sir?
It's rivals week. It's rivals week. I got my Knicks stuff on. You know why, Frank?
yeah,
You know why, Frank?
yeah. It's going
Funny,
down tonight.
It's funny how the Celtics lost 2 in a row yesterday. We didn't talk about it.
Hold on, Mo. I got something for you. Okay, there you go.
Yo, no respect out here, man. No respect.
Yeah, I just didn't get to it, but we can talk about it. I see, notice how you made sure you brought it up. So when the Knicks bring up lose 2 in a row, I'll make sure I bring that up too. Just make sure.
Listen, we used to the Knicks losing 2 in a row. Your boys are the anointed ones.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on?
Okay, just make sure we see. I'm not used to dealing with losing, so losing. So I'm not. Y'all can be used to that all you want. I'm not. So,
It's a very negative show so far. It's very negative, guys. I don't know. A lot of negativity getting thrown around.
Listen. I was told yesterday, don't be so sensitive. High security team.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do, Mo. That's what you gotta do. Let's get ready to get the show started, man. Let me get the boxes right because I gotta get everybody in the summer jams positions. You know what I mean? T, you up first, man. And I don't know if you realize this, man, but this morning I saw literally just a few seconds ago that today is the 3rd-year anniversary of Kobe Bryant's death. So I wanted to give a quick shout out to Kobe Bryant, man, before we get ready to get the show started, man. And you want to give a quick shout out, say something about Kobe Bryant to you, T?
Yeah, man. It definitely missed. You know how you could tell the love in this age of worldwide internet and social media. I mean, we've been keeping Kobe alive these last 3 years through those mediums, and he's an unforgettable dude, man. I mean, going too soon is like an understatement. Way too soon. I think we was about to see like the enterprises of Kobe Bryant. You know what I mean? Because Kobe was like a quiet, silent assassin business wise, and there was a lot bubbling going on about to happen, and him and Bron as far as the media game, and he just had a lot in the works, bro. And so I was sad that we didn't get to see that end of it, because he was about to show us the same thing Jordan did to another extent.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one. Mike Sean, what's your thoughts, man, on the anniversary of Kobe Bryant's death?
I mean, it's just sad. And if there's one good thing, and I stress, let me just finish what I say. Good thing is that Kobe passing made people highlight the career that I think didn't get the credit that he deserved, because when it came to the GOAT situation, it seemed like we always skipped Kobe, and I never understood why. I'm a huge LeBron fan. Everybody knows that. But if anybody had a debate to say he was the GOAT, it should have been Kobe. Like Kobe was the closest one to Jordan. If you believe Jordan's the greatest, then Kobe was right there, and maybe was a bad injury away from winning 6 championships. And he was a guy who was robbed of MVPs too many times. Mm-hmm. And I will never let that Steve Nash nonsense, and no disrespect to Steve Nash, but Kobe was supposed to win more MVPs than what he won. And as Talent said, gone absolutely too soon. But at least we're remembering, and people had done a lot of focus on what he accomplished in this game.
No doubt about that. Mo, what's your take on the 3rd anniversary of Kobe Bryant's death, bro?
Yeah, I saw that today, and it's one of those situations where you sit back and you remember where you were when the news broke? Like, what were you doing? You know, I was just sitting in the crib chilling, you know, and all this is, and remember, y'all, this is all pre-pandemic. You know, the pandemic hadn't even hit yet. It was just a few weeks or months away. And Kobe was a great phenomenon, man. And Mike is right. You know, I never forget, I watched the video with Allen Iverson, and he said the same thing Mike Sean just said. Like, how do you not talk about Kobe? Like, this man basically held the Lakers down single-handedly and brought home 5 chips? Come on, man. Dude, yeah, he deserved to be considered one of the greatest ever.
I wholeheartedly agree with that statement. I'm gonna just throw this out there, man. I hated Kobe Bryant as a player, but as the years went on, I started to respect him more. But man, I really appreciated all the stuff that I found out he did afterwards. Man, I didn't even know. So man, now I regret doing all that, feeling all that stuff too. You know what I mean?
But I think that's part of the sport. I think that's it. To make you a good athlete, you have to have just as much hate as you do love. But it's not personal. It's the sport. You know what I mean? That's the thrill of the sport, because that's where we get competition from in its essence. It's like when you're competing, it's like we New York, you Boston. We've been competing against each other. We're rivals. So when our teams play, we talk smack about the Sox. We talk smack about the Yankees. We know goddamn well we ran into any one of them in person. Like Mike always say, we can't beat them. We're going to sit down and have a drink, do some shots. You know, like regular civilized human beings, but that's camaraderie. That's the game. You know, me being New York and him being West Coast LA. Yeah, all of us, we had a lot to say about Kobe ain't this and that. You fight it all tooth and nail. But at the end of the day, the stats and what you live through actually happen, and you got to give the accolades to that. You know, we don't wish the ending like this on anybody.
Yeah, well said, T. Well said. Let's move on, man. I saw another clip last night, man, that Bronny James, man, got invited to the McDonald's All-American All-Star Game, man, and it's been going on for decades. And what people are saying is that Bronny James should not have been invited, because a lot of coaches and stuff saying he's a 4-star athlete. If you're sitting at home, you're watching this show, thank you for watching show number 1. And of course, it's box seats. But if you're not familiar with the McDonald's All-American High School, everything else, they usually bring out, not usually, they always bring out the best in the country, and they all are 5 stars. So I guess
Bronny ain't that.
Yeah, I was about to question you to you, T. Do you think Bronny is a 5-star athlete, bro?
No, but let's keep in mind, inadvertent nepotism is real. And when I say inadvertent, I mean, you know, people step back from stuff and they kids by association get things handed to them or get things easier. And because they hands on it, it's like, yo, I didn't do that. That's what they think. Yeah, but by association, it's like, I mean, we've all been guilty of this. We all invited somebody to a party because of who they was associated with. We didn't want them there.
Facts.
But he's gonna roll with so-and-so.
Facts.
Yo, he rolling with what? Yeah, tell him come through. You don't really care about the person you're inviting, but you know he happened to be in the car with Damian Lillard. You know what I mean? Yeah, tell him come to the cookout. You just wanted to see Damian, but we've all been guilty of that, and that's what's going to happen. We can't help it. Right now, the greatest living player, you know, still, you know, LeBron's wearing the crown. So it's by association. I know if I give him stuff, and that's his dad. See, that's the ultimate cheat sheet. Like the bloodline's obligated to show up. Yeah, it's one thing being a friend and be like, "Yo, I thought you was with Damian in the car." Yeah, he had something else to do. He just dropped me off. You be like, "Damn."
Yeah, ain't nothing like when they come and they didn't bring their person with you. Ain't nothing like that. After you invited them, like oh, he came and didn't bring my man. All right.
But if it's the father, they gotta come. That's the son. If worse come to worse, I just grab my phone and make one of them ransom calls. You want to see him again? You come to this cookout at 2:30.
Mike Shaw, do you think Bronny James is a 5-star athlete and should have been invited to the McDonald's All-American?
Probably not, but I just don't like the anonymous coaches who are claiming to be brutally honest, but you anonymous. Like, that's kind of a contract. I'm going to be brutally honest, but I'm not going to put my name to the comment. And the second point is, listen, the All-American game is a business also.
Yeah.
And LeBron James's son, Bronny James, coming is going to add more interest to the whole event. Now, I guess I'm kind of saying what Talon said. If you got somebody who's going to add to my event, I'm going to make some exceptions for you. Like, I'm going to make an exception. But what I'm not going to do is go at this teenager, grown men trying to go at this teenager and talk tough, but not put their names next to it, because you know the repercussions that could happen. So I wouldn't even make the comment. Just let him show and prove. I think his play will prove whether he deserves to be invited or was unworthy of being invited. But I'm not going to go all crazy on that.
Mike, what happens if how would you feel if he starts?
Listen, we're in the entertainment business. There's a lot of stars who got the star that behind the scenes we didn't think was supposed to be the star. And that's just the entertainment business in general. That's just what it is. So the fact of the matter is his name brings something to the game. So they might be somebody who's better than him who should start. But guess what? Your name don't carry the same weight. It's just the facts of life.
Right. Mo, what's
your name is Leroy Jenkins. You can't start.
You can't start.
Look at Leroy go.
What's your take on the and do you think Ronnie, since he's going, you think he should start?
If he ain't capable of starting, then he shouldn't start. But it don't mean that he ain't going to. Listen, him having the last name James and being LeBron's son gets him an easy pass in a whole lot of different situations. It's like when the club, certain clubs has been known to have ugly chicks. But when they put the flyer out, they don't put the ugly chicks on the flyer. They put the pretty chicks on the flyer. And then when you get to the club, you be like, where these chicks at?
Hey, yo! You sound like one of them dudes that really hold them to it. You got the flyer.
Where whole girl at?
I'm calling the Better Business, bro. Where are these?
And you got to explain to them dudes, yo, those chicks are on everybody's flyer. They're the flyer chicks. They're on everybody's flyer.
Yeah, well, tell them to fly through. Listen, you know what, man? We live in a society, man, where bloodlines, money, certain things, get people in places where they may not belong. But eventually, they'll get weeded out,
Yeah.
Just like rappers trying to be comics, like when Doug Williams was on that roast with Emmitt Smith, he got weeded out. He wasn't supposed to be there.
Wow, I don't know how we went there. Wow,
no, I don't know how we went there either.
That's terrible. It's terrible.
Hold on, but real quick, this is what gets me. One coach, at least one coach. This is his quote.
He said at least one.
No, they said at least one coach was not pleased on how difficult it was to get in contact with Bronny and his family. He don't need you. So see what I'm saying? These guys is mad, not based on what Bronny can do on a basketball court. They're mad because they ain't got no juice to get next to the kid.
No, but keep reading because it's funny. I read that same thing. He had to get in contact with the publicist. They had to get in contact with it. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, really? Dude, it's got you got to get in contact with a publicist to see if this high school kids go to us playing at the game.
Listen, man, when you're a star, bro.
That's what it is. Yeah, whether we agree with it or not.
But he is by default. Okay, then I just tell you, you call this guy to get to this guy. He's a star in his bloodline, bro. It's like, and then you can do what was the people for years, they would follow like these people, and they wasn't nobody yet. Like they were just related to somebody. Look at Miley Cyrus in the beginning.
Oh, the Kardashians.
Yeah, before they got the Hilton. Follow them because of association.
Yeah.
Bronny his name is Bronny.
Yo, you're right, because Kim Kardashian kept following around Paris Hilton a lot all the time and ended up getting famous too.
And the name means a lot because, again, he could have been Leroy James. He could get lost in the sauce with Leroy. But Bronny.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
You can't get lost in who I am. I'm Bronny.
I just want to know what beef Talon has with a dude named Leroy in the past. That's all I want. There's something.
Well, Leroy is the worst black name ever. When it comes to the male black man, if you got Leroy, man, that's tough. I don't even think they do it no more. I think they discontinued it. You can't be a Leroy. Nobody in the delivery room is naming him Leroy. No disrespect to the Leroys that's left.
Speaking of lost in the sauce, T, the Cowboys ended up firing 4 coaches, on the offensive side of the ball.
We knew that was coming, right?
Yeah, I knew it was coming, but I thought the head coach might have been getting fired too, man. So they're trying to make some drastic changes in the midst of this conversation that me and Mo had 2 days ago or 3 days ago, whatever it was. We talk about Dak Prescott now. Conversations are heating up on. It's getting hot for Dak Prescott, and possibility that Dak might get in trade talks in this summer too, man. So what's your take on the Cowboys making his first move with firing 4 coaches, T? What's your thought?
Right. Well, first of all, they definitely sending a message to Dak, because one of those coaches was the ones who taught him the little Dak shuffle. They got rid of that guy. This guy. They got rid of him. So that's the thing, is a message to you. They got rid of the Dak shuffle coach. That's in a direct message to Dak. Your days may be numbered, son. I don't think he got nothing to worry about, because here's the thing. The luckiest thing that ever happened to Dak Prescott was that Jerry did give him his money. Because Jerry's, and make sure nobody around, Jerry, one of them old racist dudes. So them dudes are the most stubborn, right? As being wrong. So he will ride till the wheels fall off of Dak because he paid him. Paying him is a recognition saying this is the guy. So now it's on Jerry Jones. Watch. Jerry gonna do everything in his power before he got to give up on that. Just because he signed off on it.
Yep, I 100% agree with that. And he got to figure out what he's going to do, Mike Sean, because he's supposed to get a raise this season, if I remember correctly, in his contract extension. He's supposed to. Dak's money goes up this year on the books. Mike, talk to me.
No, this is bad for the show, because I'm supposed to argue with Talent and Mo. I'm not supposed to sit here. I'm supposed to debate them. No, he's absolutely right. Why do you think Jerry Jones stood with Jason Garrett for so long? Because that was his man. That was his choice. He's stubborn. He doesn't like to be wrong, and he's a billionaire. It's worked out for him. At this point, the 4 coaches they fired, we've gone through this how many times now during this show, this NFL season? It's like the concession stand coordinator. These are like the scapegoats.
Concession
stand coordinator. Like, they're gonna change to paper. They're gonna change the paper straws now in the stadium, and that's gonna blow everything. Listen. The guy who was responsible for that offense failing were 2 people, Dak Prescott and that offensive coordinator. Yeah. Y'all set the game plan together. Y'all gonna sit up here and fire the running backs coach as if the running back coach had anything to do with Tony Pollard breaking his ankle. Like, this is what y'all do. But guess what? This is a fragile team. And this is great for anybody who hates the Cowboys, because this is the scent between Michael Parsons talking right now, talking a little crazy. This is the fragile state of the Cowboys. So watch. He's under pressure, just like every quarterback is. We forget Steve Young was under the same microscope when he couldn't win in the playoffs. Josh Allen is in the same predicament right now with Buffalo. Now the microscope is on you. If you don't win and go to the NFC Championship, you're a failure. Fair or unfair, he gets the checks.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that part. But what's your take on them getting rid of the 4 coaches and Dak feeling the heat? What's your take on this?
Dak's next. I'm arguing Dak is not going to be a Dallas Cowboy at the beginning of the season. I don't care what nobody say. Jerry Jones is going to, Dak is not going to be a Cowboy. if Jerry Jones can, listen, that's just the beginning. You know what I'm saying? They cleaning shop. They letting people know right now. You know what I'm saying? It's on and popping, for real. It's on and popping. You out. See you later. Out of here. Dak's out too. Watch. I'm telling y'all now, Dak's out.
Rodney Perry has joined the show. RP, Uncle Rodney, talk to me, man. What you think about literally the Cowboys getting rid of the 4 coaches that the assistant coaches, and then the heat being turned up now because Dak Prescott's supposed to get a raise this season because he signed that huge contract beginning of last year. He's supposed to get a raise this year. What's your take?
Indeed, man. I was watching the show as you guys were going through the last segment. I was impressed with Mo. I was like, yo, Mo is on point today. Then I turn on and come on the camera, and Mo has put Dak out of the league.
I didn't say he was out the league.
Ain't
He's
nowhere else to go. Where you gonna go, Mo? What are you saying? They done paid the man. He ain't going nowhere.
He might go to Chicago.
He
ain't going to Chicago.
I know. I just was reaching.
We'll take him.
See, look. See, look at that. You talking about he ain't got nowhere to go. Now all of a sudden you take him.
Don't have nowhere to go with the money he's got.
You went to the club with the pretty chick on the flyer, and the ugly chick was there. You like, forget it. All right, I'll take her.
You know
Here
what,
we
Mo?
go with that again.
You know what, Mo, man? When I was running a strip club years ago, and this one girl had a manager.
What was her name?
Her name was Tangerine, and she had a manager though, and his name was Mo. And I knew then, don't trust nobody named Mo.
Here we go with that again. Here we go with that.
Now, all jokes aside, man. I mean, they got to do something. Cowboys got to do something. They got to put the blame somewhere. You don't want to dismantle the team completely by taking the head coach out. So you get rid of some of the skill positions and try again. You know, and I mean, they had a great season. They just couldn't get it all the way done.
There it is. My man, Challenge, ready. Patrick Mahomes looks like he feels fine. He's also in the MVP conversation. They showed a clip of him yesterday, man, working out, everything else, no sign of no limp, nothing. So, but he says he feels fine. Do you think that he just was walking around with no limp just for the cameras, or do you think he's in pain? What's your thoughts on looking like he had a high ankle sprain? I don't know how it disappeared in a couple of days.
First of all, that's a bogus ass injury, a high ankle sprain. How high your ankle go? What nigga made this up? He's a high ankle sprain. You mean his shin, his calf? Anyway,
his knee is bothering.
I think this is no excuse Sunday, and I think Dak was fine because if it was bad in the first place, you don't make the return he did.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. You said you beat his shin.
High ankle sprain. Some of this stuff, bro. Let me tell you something. When they run out of stuff, they will make some stuff up though. And you know where that came from? Michael Jordan's era. Out of nowhere, one day they said Mike had tendonitis. What's that? We used to call it a sore arm, sore shoulder. Tendonitis. Boy, they're nice. Let me tell you something. The best people on the face of the earth, the smartest geniuses, are the people who quote these names. Have you seen these commercials?
Yeah.
Sky Rizzy. What is this stuff?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Michael Shaw, what's your take on Patrick Mahomes feeling fine, man? You think
it's a high ankle sprain, Mike?
The high ankle sprain. How you feeling about that?
I gotta be honest. He looked so regular and healthy. Me being the substance abuser that I am, I just want whatever they shot in that high ankle. I don't care where they shot it because that is absolutely amazing that he came back in the second half and looked like he was like, that is some stuff. Like even the football players are starting to slip on ESPN lately and started to say, you can only get one shot a game. You can't get two. So they're saying in the second half of the game, watch Patrick Mahomes to see if his ankle is bothering him because the drugs only last a half.
Well,
I don't know what. Go ahead.
Here's the problem right here. You see it? I got a problem right here. I just read it. The shot he took for the high ankle sprain, which actually was his hip. High ankle sprain. The shot in on the hip. That's the problem. We looking down, Mike. We don't see nothing wrong down there because ain't nothing down.
Mike, don't mess with
the hip of your thigh.
Mike, don't mess with that stuff. Mike, don't mess with that stuff. Mike,
go ahead, Mike. Finish. Go ahead, Mike. Finish.
Don't mess with it, Mike.
No, I think it is a big. And all jokes aside, a high ankle sprain is a big deal. If he's not 100% and he can't get out that pocket when he has to do his 360 go between his legs, no look 60-yard pass, and he's not healthy enough to pull that off against the Bengals, that will be the excuse they use on why they lost again to the Bengals.
Yeah, it definitely will be. But I got to throw this out there, bro. I got to throw this out there. If he's feeling fine, the odds kind of even out more. So maybe that's why the NFL's putting that out there. That because right now it's like a landslide. You know, literally everybody's betting on the Bengals to beat the Chiefs, right? So what's your take?
Yeah, they got to make it seem like even if he's not okay, they got to make it seem like he's okay. They ain't never gonna come out right now this time of the year. I mean, this is ride or die year. This is like one game, one and done year. One and done season. They're gonna make it seem like he's even if he ain't okay, he gonna make it seem like he okay. To me, he looked like he was just doing it for the camera. When he was walking out the door, when he left the press conference, he was all straight and stiff, like. And when he got behind that door, he was like, "Oh God."
I don't know how you said had X-ray eyes, Mo, but that's a good one. That's a good
man.
one.
He was walking all stiff.
Yeah, he was. Rodney Perry, what's your take?
Hey man, this reminds me of my uncle, man.
Remind you of what?
My uncle. He was diagnosed with erectile dysfunction, and
Diagnosis.
and they was like, you can't perform. But guess what? He didn't stay. You understand me? He was still, the memorable guy.
The memorable guy.
And
what?
And how about this? I told him when he got the diagnosis, I said, I'm not betting against you because I saw you go to work.
Okay? You saw him go to work. Where was you watching?
That's a good question, Mo. So I stayed with them over the summer, one summer, and it was something impressive to see, man. And just like Mahomes, man, I don't bet against Mahomes because I've seen it. I've seen him be great.
I love it. I love how
There's a lot I will follow up with that, but this is a family show. So
of course. I'm only using the clinical terms here.
Yeah, yes. I appreciate
the views of box seats are not the views of box seats are not the views of Rodney Perry, Talent, Mike Sean, or Maurice Smith. Those views are we don't agree with nothing these crazy cats have to say.
You're a sellout for doing that disclaimer, sellout.
Why am I a sellout, man?
Just go to jail with all of us. Whatever happened to those days? We all go down together.
Yeah.
You know what you sound like? You sound like the interlude on the DMX album. Yo, this jail. He's in his dude. He's in here from the other jail. He talking all that ride and die what he was doing in the other jail.
That's my man.
Yeah. So it came out yesterday. The finalists.
Shout out to Rodney's uncle.
NFL MVP honors. Who is the NFL MVP right now? Because the finalists are Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Jefferson, Mahomes.
Jalen Hurts.
Well, you gotta go with it. Got to be between. I'm gonna narrow it down between Hurts and Burrow, and I swear I'm gonna squeak it out with Burrow. You know why? Because if you ain't see this year how hard it is to stay good, look at the Rams. Look at the Super Bowl Rams, and the it's almost like unbelievable shift of how good they were and how bad they were this year. They went from the top to the trash. And this dude, name was at the top, against all odds, against all the naysayers, come back another year and continue to do. Come on, bro. That's consistency for your ass, man. I'm gonna edge out, give that MVP to the man.
Okay, all right. Michael Sean, who you think is NFL MVP? You got Allen, Burrow, Hurts, Jefferson, and Mahomes.
All right, who I think is the MVP is not going to be the MVP. It's Rodney's uncle. But because I think anytime you impress your nephew like that, and and Rodney turned into a great man after that experience, I think that man deserves something.
Very impressive, Mike. You should have saw it, man.
Man, listen.
I should have saw it.
Do I think Joe Burrow should be the MVP? Absolutely. Not only can you just look at Matthew Stafford on how hard it is to stay at the top of the game. Just look at Aaron Rodgers and what he went from an MVP season to not throwing for 300 yards in a game the entire season. Will Joe Burrow win the MVP? Hell no. They are going to give it to Patrick Mahomes. It's already there. It's already set up. His picture's on there with the distracting hair and everything like that. But they already got it set up. Patrick Mahomes is going to, once these announcers start repeating the same narrative for a few weeks at the end of the season, you already know who's going to win.
Right.
But Joe Burrow deserves to be the MVP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially the kind of season he had. I could definitely lean that way. Mo, what's your take?
Man, it was already Patrick Mahomes deserved to be the MVP. He was written off when they made trades and got rid of his Tyreek Hill. They were like, oh, is he going to perform? Can he do it? You know, and he was out there doing more with less. He still stayed Patrick Mahomes. When all these other cats, they putting stuff around him, they put a whole lot around Jalen Hurts to make him Jalen Hurts. Joe Burrow, yeah. I mean, he's okay, but he ain't Patrick Mahomes, man. Patrick deserves the trophy. Plus, Joe Burrow ain't got an insurance company commercial yet.
Mm-hmm.
Until Joe Burrow get an insurance company commercial, he won't. Look at it. All the MVPs got insurance. Stay. You know, Brett Paul. Everybody, man, come on, man.
Something there.
Steph Curry.
Who's your MVP, Rodney Perry?
Hey, I like Jalen Hurts, man. I mean, the guy had a phenomenal season. Every game he played, he was stellar. But it's hard to bet against Mahomes, period, man. I'm not looking at Joe Burrow at all. I like Jalen Hurts. You had a perfect season most of the season. The only thing holding him back is he happens to be black and a noticeable black as opposed to whatever Mahomes is.
That's seriously racist, Rodney Perry. Won't you know that? Seriously racist. Indeed. But
your uncle would not be proud of that statement. He would not be proud.
Actually, my uncle was fair-skinned as well.
Oh, okay. All right. Still racist statement, right?
He called him light bright.
Before we talk about Dame Lillard, incredible night he had last night, man. I saw the news this morning that got released that Kyrie Irving wants a long-term contract with the Nets, and he is actually positioning himself to try to get this contract. He wants to stay in Brooklyn. What's your thoughts, T, on Kyrie Irving wanting a long-term with the Nets?
Well, first of all, the dog don't like it.
Dog
Okay, just long term. And why are you talking about Carmelo? Anyway,
real Nick fan.
She don't play that. She's a big Carmelo fan. She thought you said Carmelo.
Yeah, right.
I watched the game last night, bro. And he needs to do that. This is good news. If he stays and signs on long term, the good thing that's going to happen in New York is other players. That's the key. If one or two, both these guys can kind of link in this long term thing, you can attract more players, quality players to the Nets because they do have a few expiring contracts. Right now, they got a nice deep bench. They're playing deep, but that will change drastically in a year or two. So with him signing on long term, you attract more players. I like it.
Yeah, okay, so you like it. Michael Sean, what's your thoughts on Kyrie Irving wanting a long-term contract with the Nets? You think it's warranted, or what do you think they should do?
I think it's warranted. It shows his courage to attach himself to playing with Ben Simmons for an extended amount of time. And I know Ben Simmons had an okay game last night, but I was just shocked on how bad Ben Simmons looks mentally. But does he deserve it? Yeah. Does that mean Brooklyn wins the championship? No. Does that mean Kevin Durant decides to stay long-term? No. Like, we never know with these guys. We never know. Durant might just be like, all right, you want to stay, you stay. I'm out. But I would want a long-term contract too after I lost all that money during COVID and after the NBA suspended me and did all they did to get in my pockets. And to know that no matter what they say now, I'm still enemy number one. So I got to guarantee that this money is locked in for the next 5 years, because when the next pandemic happens, guess who's going to stand up? Kyrie Irving.
Yeah,
and when he gets in more trouble, he'll lose more money. So he's got to guarantee his dough.
Yeah. Mo, what's your take?
Yeah, he get the bag. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be box seat every single time. He's going to sell out. You know, they're going to come see the Kyrie Irving show. no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Once he put the ball in his hand, it's just pure magic. You know, it's just that we got to keep him on the court to keep him from getting in his own way. You know, that's my only thing with Kyrie. I think Kyrie is phenomenal. You know, I'd give my left arm just to be half of his talent. You know what I'm saying? But Kyrie got to get out of Kyrie's way, man. For real. The only person, Kyrie remind me of somebody that will jump out the bushes and molest his own self.
Wow.
Okay.
The bushes were unnecessary.
Yeah, that was very unnecessary.
You're doing so good, man.
But I don't understand if you're molesting yourself. Why get all those splinters in you? You know what I mean? Them thorns and all that. Just grab yourself.
Yeah.
I do it every day.
Yeah.
Nobody gets.
I'm with you with that one. RP, which is that?
Frank, no bushes necessary.
I mean, it's good. It's good to see. First of all, the front office is always like Kyrie. I think he's going to get the deal he's seeking. You know, of course, the pandemic came up, caused some interference, but you know, he got demonized in the court of public appeal. He didn't get demonized by the Nets organization. They was really standing behind this guy, even when he was playing half the season. Only away games. They was right there with him. So I think he's gonna get what he wants, and just like you guys said, it'll draw some marquee names to the Nets. And did y'all see this? Ben Simmons just broke off his engagement.
Yeah,
he wants the ring back.
He wants the ring. I don't blame him.
Yeah, because he's not getting one. So you better get that one back.
Wow.
You better get that one back.
It's $1 million ring, Mike Sean.
You better get it back. That's all I'm saying.
It's $1 million ring. Ben Simmons say, give it back. And how about this? When you underperform in certain areas of your life, you probably are underperforming in other areas as well.
Whoa. Yeah. I needed another disclaimer, I think.
No, you don't. Leave it alone. Let's go to jail together, man. Hey, how about this?
I'm in the back of the van. I'm in the back of the van with you.
This just in.
Mo's molesting himself.
Kyrie Irving demanded to be paid all his money in yarmulkes. Now you can do the display.
Stop the van. Stop the van right now. Stop the van.
Stay with us. Stay with us, Mike Sean.
Get me out.
Now.
Hey, and tell him. And he wants 20 dozen of sage as a siding bonus. He wants 20 dozen of sage burners as a siding bonus too.
I'm out.
All sandwiches on bagels. He going ham.
Preferably,
no pun intended.
And he wants the sage. He wants the sage to be folded up in little yellow envelopes.
Hey, yo, no pun intended. He want all the sandwiches on bagel bread because he going ham.
Wow. Y'all out of control.
This is the last show, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Yo, somewhere I just got a text message from Kanye. He said, y'all taking it too far.
I blocked him. He can't hit me. I blocked him.
Oh, God. I'm sorry. It was right there by the room. Somebody got done.
Oh, man.
All my stuff seriously got repoed. I didn't know. It just got repoed.
Come on, Frank. You El Chapo, man.
Yeah, but everybody else owned my stuff. It got repoed.
I got that one neighbor across the street that I didn't know was Jewish. As soon as the show over, I'm going outside and just going to see it.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
I'm not buying my yarmulkes from Kyrie. I refuse.
All right, so I heard a little birdie told me this, and I looked it up, man, and it's true. The Clippers are getting ready to make a trade. They're trying to make a trade to get some people, obviously some additions to their team. The Clippers are trying to get Kyle Lowry, literally from Miami, and they're trying to get Fred VanVleet from Toronto because they want them both to play with Kawhi Leonard, who they obviously played with together in Toronto. So
they're giving up.
And why don't you just say they're trying to move Toronto to LA? That's the whole damn.
That's what they're trying to do. Fred VanVleet is like in the fourth year of his major contract. Toronto wants to get rid of him, so he's gonna probably go for peanuts. And Kyle Lowry is literally going to go for nothing anyway because he's over the hill. He's 36
They
years old.
played better than Kyrie in that series, low key.
So Clippers looking to make a trade, man. Do you like this idea of this trade that you hear? If the Clippers are able to get Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet, do you like the Clippers then? Because I think that probably trade John Wall would be in that mix somewhere and add, you know what I mean? Somewhere along the lines, John Wall's going to be probably gone. What's your take?
Well, first of all, let me say this. I'm a big VanVleet fan. I love VanVleet's dope. As much as I like the players involved, I'm going to be honest with you. I watched a couple of Clipper games the past week. They got a good cohesive unit, man. And to break it up, because you know how long it took for them to get back to cohesiveness? Like, it was like forever. So now they look really decent. And now you're going to break it up and bring them back. I mean, granted, Kawhi has played with both players before, you know, got the chip in Toronto and all that. But you still got to factor in Paul George, who now, I don't know if you've been paying attention, at the beginning of pairing these guys up, Kawhi was like this, and then it was Paul George. Now it's like this. When you watch the game and you check the box scores, it's Paul George, and then he's the Batman, and now Kawhi's playing the Robin. So can he play with those guys? When you disrupt that cohesive unit, I'm up in the air. I don't know if I would do that right.
Okay, you don't know if you would do it. Mike,
Well,
what's your thought on Mike if Fred VanVleet is able to be laying over there and Kyle Lowry? Because Kyle Lowry's a little bit over the hill there too. So you know,
how the last trade work out? I was wondering just how that last blockbuster we gonna get Paul George and Kawhi Leonard and we gonna take over the league and damn it and Kawhi signed a New Balance and
that's how it worked out.
And yes, nothing went well. I don't trust the Clippers when it comes to making decisions. They're the Clippers. I think the odd thing is that Paul George has taken the lead on that team, which shows you that these injuries Kawhi's going through have really affected him. So I don't think the trade will change anything. I think they will win a round in the playoffs and get knocked out again. They'll probably lose to Denver, and they'll be out of there. I mean, I think they're one game above 500 right now, and we're thinking they're doing better than what they were doing. So I don't think the trade means much, especially Kyle Lowry.
Okay. All right. You don't think it means much, Mo? What's your think? What's your thought? You think if Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet land down there, it'll change the Clippers?
Maybe with Fred VanVleet, because you know, like Talon said, I'm a Fred VanVleet fan. Also, you know, and he's a decent floor general, man. He knows how to spread the ball out. You know, Kawhi may not have to take on so much work, and maybe he can stay on the floor longer and have a longer season if he has someone that can distribute the ball evenly amongst them. You know, the Kyle Lowry thing, I don't know. I think that's just maybe a reach. You know, but I read that the Clippers were trying to get what's his name that played for the Knicks, Hardenbeck. The backup center, they trying to get him back because he's not doing so well in New York, and he's like, I'm ready to leave. He don't want to be in New York no more. So Clippers are trying to make a move, man. They trying to do something.
I think they think this is their year because a lot of the money's being, you know, paid, and people getting upset. So much money's being spent and no result. Rodney Perry, Fred VanVleet, Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet from Toronto, Kyle Lowry from Miami. You know, 37-year-old Kyle Lowry. Both of them landing on the Clippers. What's your take?
It's like the Blues Brothers, man. They always trying to get the old band back together. But guess what? The old band is old. That's the only thing. You can ride around the suburbs of Chicago if you want to, Blues Brothers. Paul George, Kyrie. I mean, what's his name? What's the young man that don't want to play no more? What's his name?
Which one?
Kawhi
Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, we love you guys. And it would be great to put that team together. I would love to see your boy out there in Miami with the Miami jersey on. Get rid of my mind is bad today. Anyway, long story short, the Clippers are gonna be the Clippers always. Every year we try to go, who's the number one team in LA? It's always the Lakers. The Clippers have let us down many times. I go to my drawer. I see if the Clippers is working this year. Guess what? They not even in here no more.
Uh-oh.
Who took my props out of here?
I heard your uncle came by and visit.
First of all, COVID man coughing and shit in his microphone. All right. Sorry for the language. I apologize. All jokes aside, man, I think the Clippers, whatever they do, is going to be of no consequence, and the Clippers will remain faulty and have a short in them.
There it is. There it is. T, in your opinion, Dame time shined again last night. Dame did his thing. Dave dropped the mic, an historically efficient 60-point game and win over Utah Jazz last night. This is coming after a horrible loss. They got up to 134 to 124, trying to turn Portland around. And people are saying this might be the game that can help them. It's midpoint in the season. It might turn Portland around. I don't know about that. What's your take?
Well, I mean, when you got Dame on your side, anything is possible. But I think it's going to take more than one game. You got to get a flow going. You got to get momentum in your favor. And that means over the course of several games, like, maybe a road trip where you're out for, 4, 5, 6 game road trip where you can get something going continuously. One ain't going to never do it because it's one game. You know what I mean? We can't build nothing on one game. You know only time one game count is game 7 of a 7-game series. To come down to 7 games. That's the only time one game really matters like that. Right now, middle of the season, you try to turn your team around, put about 4 of those one games together.
There it is. There it is. Michael Sean, your take, man. Dame time, literally, he shined, but people are now speculating. This is the one that's going to help us to make it in the season. This is the one.
He scored 60. So what?
Wow.
There's like 35 different players this year that scored 50 in the NBA. Listen, Dame is nice. We've been saying Dame is a Hall of Famer forever. But he scored 60 in a league that stars are scoring like this all over. Like stars are having 60-point triple doubles. So y'all done made me jaded at this point. Okay. Like anybody else says, do it in the playoffs, go to the NBA finals. That'll mean something. But right now, I promise you somebody else will score 60 within the next 2 weeks in the NBA.
Yeah,
There'll be somebody else lighting something up again. And, it's nice. It's dope. ESPN will run them highlights whether they win or lose. But
I definitely agree with that.
He ain't switching where Portland's going this year.
Yeah. Mo, your thoughts on Dame scoring 60?
Yeah, I have none. So what? So what? I'm like Mike, man. I'm like Mike. All these scoring things, have you guys noticed, and not just in basketball, in all sports, records are being broken on a regular basis. It's not even fun no more to watch him. I feel bad for Dame Lillard because he's in a bad market. He's in a bad team, and then they got rid of CJ McCullough, which made them a worse team. Dame deserved to go somewhere where he could fight for a chip. Somebody should rescue Dame. But other than that, so what? He scored 60.
Well,
he
Dame
doesn't
don't want to go. That's the problem. Dame don't want to go, so he ain't going nowhere. He's gonna be right there.
But you know what? He can go down the greasy pole with his team.
Wow.
Not another greasy pole. Not another greasy pole. Rodney Perry's in the building. Rodney, how you feeling about Dame getting 60?
It's not as common as you would think, man. I mean, we definitely, like Mike Sean said, we've seen the 50s get hit this season, but not the 60s. This is remarkable. And you know what I'm thinking? We just had the conversation about Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Dame needs to, first of all, get the hell out of Portland. And wouldn't he be a great look to go down and make the Clippers at least give somebody a fade?
Oh man, yeah, I don't see that happening at all.
But wouldn't it be in an imperfect world? Dame Lillard, Kawhi Leonard, and Paul George. That makes those guys a bona fide contender, and they're all kind of like underdogs.
It never ever happen. My man David, business.
My homie in the building.
What's up? I'm back.
He's in the building. Dave, you've been gone so long, I don't even know where to start with you. So since you ain't been here all week, I'm gonna give you literally 30 seconds to rant about your Eagles, man. Go ahead, man. You got the floor. Because I know you feel good.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you, I have not been this excited since ever. Okay, let me tell you something. This is an amazing opportunity. I know Michael Sean don't care. That's okay. I know there's some Giants fans out here that don't care, but I have to tell you, I am very excited for what's to come. And I keep telling y'all, it's going to happen. Sit back and relax and just enjoy the ride, baby, because the Eagles are out here flying. We're flying. That's it. You're going to have to deal with it. And you know, like all birds, when it's done with, we're gonna poop on you, and you're gonna love it.
All right, I remember you said that because honestly, I think they're gonna run smack into the 49ers. But we'll see.
Is he done yet? Is he done yet?
He's done.
I'm sorry, I thought a Giants fan said something.
The buck stopped here.
Yeah, it stops here.
This weekend is over. Enjoy yourself. Drink as much as you can till Sunday.
In the words,
I say not. I say the Eagles get a win. Well done, bully.
I'm gonna say it in the words of some of the most famous men that come out of Philly. Boys to men. Oh, it's the end of the road. You just gotta let it go. It is natural.
I thought he was gonna say
and the crazy part is Moore's wearing those shorts from the video.
Yo, I got to get ready to go, so I got to leave early. But T, tell everybody out there how they can follow you, man, so we can ready to
follow your boy on social media. If you got Instagram at Talent the Comedian with a DA, Talent the Comedian. If you're on Facebook, NY King Talent, and of course Twitter all day at It's Just Comedy. Follow your boy, man. A lot of shows.
There it is. Mike Sean.
Did Frank just say he leaving early? He got things to do other than this.
Yes, I got to
Frank
get
out.
this
Frank doing stuff.
I ain't never see Stephen A. Smith do a show with his actual jacket on and be like, yo, it's been nice. I got a plane to catch. Molly, take it from here, girl. Take it from here. Hit me at Mike Sean Comedy. At Mike Sean Comedy. That's all.
Dang, Mo.
Yeah, always Mo_comic on Instagram. Mr. Sit Your Ass Down on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Always catch
And
me
you
up.
got to sit your ass down ready for tomorrow, right, Mo?
Yes, sir. Oh, I got some good stuff for you. And I'm just
It looked like Mrs. It your ass down. Mrs.
Whatever. You know what Rodney's trying to do? That Boys in the Hood. Remember the guy Boys in the Hood that shot the brother? Remember the Boys in the Hood? He shot. He got with the Bulls cap on, the hoodie.
Yeah, I remember that. Rodney Perry, tell everybody how they can follow you, bro.
Rodney Perry live on all social media, man. Mo, man, you my favorite, bro.
Yeah, you Mo, you got to clean it up there, Mo. That's Dave, the business bully, man.
You know,
What I do?
You leave more alone. First you run Fig off and not his.
Oh,
That was low. I did not do that. Go ahead, Dave.
You can follow me at the Business Bully and at what I call the quiet thread. When the Eagles beat the 49ers this weekend, it's going to be a very quiet thread, just like it was when we beat the Giants. At the Business.
Your money's good over here. Keep that in mind.
I got a 6-pack on it, Talent. You still drink Heineken?
Let's go.
I got a 6-pack on it.
Let's go, man.
We out of here. The name of the show is called Box Seats. It comes on again.
Put me in for a 6-pack too.
And also it comes back in tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to do the recap of the week, and we're going to preview who we think is going to make it to the Super Bowl. We got to get ready to roll up out of here, man. Thank you all for watching. The show's
Why, Rodney? Why? Just why?